Hello, 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 my YouTube family. It's Coach Erica Janelle, and I just wanted to come before you guys really briefly this evening and kind of discuss a topic that's come up a lot in my personal conversation with different friends and things that they've brought up and different things that's happening in the media, and as well as just with some of my coaching clients. And that is the issue of gold diggers or women that choose to only date a certain level of man based on his financial status. They don't care about the looks. They don't care about what he does, how he treats them. As long as he's giving them money or things, then they feel like, they're getting whatever they want. And it's such an interesting mindset, and it's so prevalent in social media. There's so many women that have built their brands because they've hooked up with guys of influence rather, or men that have had a lot of money, and they were able to take that relationship, I'll call it, because it's really not a relationship, but they were able to take that and use it to their benefit to grow their brands or, become famous, or whatever the case may be. And to each their own. I'm nobody's judge. I'm nobody's jury. I don't really have too much of an opinion about what happens in Hollywood or what famous people do. I really don't care. I'm not a gossip column follower. I don't really care about what people are doing from that aspect, but I more so care about the way that mindset is shaping the mindset of young girls today. There's so many young girls that are looking to us, this generation, and even the generations of the 20s and the 30s, to kind of emulate. And I just never want to see a girl or female of any kind devalue themselves to such a point where all that you see in your self-worth is using your body to get what you want. There's so many different perspectives on this, and there's so many different mindsets on this. But at the end of the day, we are worth so much more than just what we have physically and what we offer physically. You could be the most beautiful woman on the planet with the best body in the world, but you don't have to give your body away to people just for the sake of getting money or things. Because at the end of the day, those things and that money won't be able to go with you when you leave. You can't get your Louis Vuitton bag to help you when you're in a crisis situation and you need somebody that loves you and cares for you to take care of you. Say you're in a health crisis or something like that. It should be so much more to your value that you place on your body and giving your body away than what society has deemed as normal or what society has deemed as an aspiration. You look at some of these women, I'm not going to name any names. You guys know who they are probably better than me because I don't really follow all that foolishness. But there's so many people that have built their brands and built their lives on that mindset. And it's pretty sad because you really miss out on the true value of what relationships are supposed to bring. And there's the argument of, and I can hear somebody saying it now, so I figure I have to address it. I could hear somebody saying, well, everybody doesn't want a relationship. And that's true. Everybody doesn't want a relationship per se, but I definitely don't feel that you want to be devalued and seen as a walking vagina. So at the end of the day, I get where some people are just tired of being heard or tired of having to go through the rejection and the things that they faced in past relationships or whatever the case may be. And they feel like, okay, well, if the guy's going to dog me out anyway, I might as well get everything I can get from him. I mean, if that's how you want to live your life, but do understand that whatever decisions we make, one, there's karma associated with every decision. So you have to really sit down and internalize and ask yourself, are you really happy? Yes, you can have the Birkin bag and the Louis Vuittons and the Fendis and the Gucci, but at the end of the day, is that keeping you warm at night? Is that keeping you from feeling lonely? Is that keeping you from feeling valued and loved? It's nothing better than knowing that you're loved and knowing that you're valued. Regardless of what anybody says, we all desire love. as human beings. We were created that way. We were created in the image of God, and He is love. So it's natural for us to want to have love. It's not natural to just shun the idea of love and companionship as if it doesn't matter. We were created with partnerships in mind, whether it's mother-daughter relationships, sister-brother relationship, friendships, business relationships. We all are here, and our lives are centered around relationships and the relationships that we form. So you have to ask yourself, is that all that I want in life, to obtain these things? Because these things are empty. They're things. Somebody can be rich today and poor tomorrow. That's just the way the financial realm works. It's an ebb and it's a flow. It's not like you're always going to be on top forever. Even those that are on top, eventually, sometimes they are not where they want to be. So I just want you guys to kind of dig a little deeper and think about why you do what you do. And then also dig deeper and understand that people are watching you. The younger generation is watching us. And we're supposed to set the standard. We're supposed to set an example for them. And I don't want my daughters or my nieces or my cousins or any of the younger generations to look and say, oh, well, I'm just going to date somebody just for how much money they have. I don't care how they look. I don't care, what they offer. I don't care any of those things, because you're not being true to yourself. It's like, take off the mask, throw down all the walls that you've built up, and really be real with yourself. We all want to be loved. I don't care how much you try to pretend that you don't. It's bullcrap. I call bullcrap. Because this is YouTube, I'm watching my language. But I say that to say it's not real. We are intended for relationships of all kinds, not just, relationships as in male, female, 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 male, male. I'm talking about relationships. It could be friendships. It could be your mother, daughter, business relationships. We all are intended to have partnerships in this life. And so at the end of the day, to sit here and make your mindset where, okay, I'm just here to get what I can get, that comes with consequences. And there's got to be a level of emptiness associated with it if you guys are real with yourselves. Nobody wants to lay down with a person that they know only wants them for their body every day, and that's all you want them for. Sometimes you want to be cuddled. Sometimes you want to be caressed. Sometimes you want somebody to just sit down and have conversations with, somebody that understands your heart and understands what you're dealing with and what you're going through, and that's there to be a support. So you can sit here and lie to me all day long about how I'm gonna get what's mine. You don't have to open up your legs to get what you need. You just have to work a little harder. You have to use this, and sometimes use this to be able to move forward into the things that you want to pursue in your life. You don't have to open your legs to be successful. You don't have to, compromise your integrity to be able to have the things that you want to have. And I'll be the first to admit, I come from a very poor background. I was not raised at all with any silver spoon in my mouth. We had a large family. My mom was a single mom. She didn't always work the best jobs. There were times where she didn't work at all, and we were on government assistance. I grew up in the poorest of poor. We were probably the poorest kids in the poor neighborhood. Not probably, I'm pretty sure we were. I know what it's like to have to get clothes from the Salvation Army and food from food banks in order to eat. I know what it's like to be without electricity and without, food and without water and getting evicted. I've been through all of that. And so to use that as an excuse, oh, well, I grew up poor, so I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get this money. I get it. Like, I'm going to do what I got to do to get this money, but I'm not going to compromise my integrity to do it. I am going to get this money by using my skills, using my brain, using my creativity to get this money. And yes, my path may not be as easy, and it may not be as glamorous as some of these people are that you see on YouTube, but please understand, a younger generation is looking to us to be the example, and we've got to set a better example for our daughters and for our nieces and for our nephews. And at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure most of the guys that are doing these things, that are seeking out these type of women, they don't really care about these women. They already know what the women are there for. They're there to get whatever they need to get, which is your anatomy, And then once they get what they need, they don't care that they have to spend a couple of dollars for it. But what separates a person that sleeps around for things and money from a prostitute? What separates you from being a prostitute? Not much. You can call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it sexual freedom. There's a lot of ways to be sexually free. I'm very sexually free. But at the end of the day, I'm not compromising my integrity to be such. I'm still going to be true to who I am. And I'm not going to ever allow somebody to have that level of control over me to where they only see me for what my body can give them. Because there's so much more to me than just my body. My body is like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to who I am. The part of me that my partner gets is the part of me that's the best part of me, and they get my body. The best part of me is what's on the inside. The best part of me is my integrity. I'm not going to ever compromise my integrity to get $1 or to get a Gucci bag or to get some Louis Vuittons. At the end of the day, when it's my time to have those things, I'll have those things, but they're things. They will never create a legacy for me. What creates your legacy is what people know you for. You don't want to be known for the girl that sleeps around to get things. You don't want to be known for the girl that, that's all you know are known for is being a video vixen or being a woman that, sleeps around with all these famous guys or these rich, wealthy guys. That's all you're known for. That's what you want your legacy to be. That's what you want your daughters to be proud of, because it's not what it is. And that's short-lived at the end of the day. You're not going to always be the most beautiful thing on the planet. You're not going to always have the best body. There's always going to be somebody younger and better. And guess what? They're going to move on to the younger, better ones. And I hear some of you in my head saying, oh, well, at least I got what I wanted from him. Well, you got what you wanted from him, but how do you feel about yourself after you finish? And it's not to be judgmental. I'm just trying to make you guys think. I want you guys to start valuing yourself, loving yourself. When you love yourself and you respect yourself, there are certain things that you will not tolerate. You will not tolerate. If I'm going to sleep with somebody, it's going to be on my terms because I choose to give this person my body. Because I feel as though this person is worthy of my body. Not everybody gets my body. And my body is not up for sale. There is no price tag you can pay on my body. And that's me personally. I know everybody doesn't share my views, but as a life coach, I have a responsibility to share this with you guys and to maybe help you think a little bit deeper and maybe help you see that our young girls are looking up to us and we've got to set a better example. The way that this world is going, it's like everything that's negative, they want you to accept as positive. And everything that's positive, they want you to accept as negative. It's the same way that I view marriage. The world wants to tell you, oh, marriage is unnecessary. But at the end of the day, if it was unnecessary, God wouldn't have created the institution. He created it for a reason. But this world would have you to believe that there's something wrong with marriage. There's nothing wrong with marriage. It's something wrong with the people. If you're not healed and you haven't done the work, it's the same thing. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have great things and nice things. Nothing wrong with that. God wants us to have the best. But you don't have to compromise your standards and your beliefs and your integrity to have those things. So I just want to encourage you guys. I'm not here to beat you up. I'm here to give you some insight and to help you understand that you have a social responsibility, and you have more importantly, you have a responsibility to yourself, to love yourself more than just to see yourself as if somebody could put a price tag on your body. Nobody should ever. My body is priceless. You don't get to have my body because I'll give you $1,000. That makes me no different from a call girl or prostitute. I'm no different from them if that's what I'm doing. But people will glamorize it. They sing about it in songs and they talk about it in movies and they're sharing it on social media as if it's something to be proud of, not realizing that the standard that they're setting before our young girls that's coming up after us is disgusting. And I'm scared for these young girls because at the end of the day, if that's the standard that you feel like you have to set in order to be able to be successful, then you're setting our young girls up for failure. And they're not going to know anything different but freaking for cash. Like it's really, or for things. When are we going to wake up and realize that we're worth more? When are we going to wake up and realize that God wants us to have more? It's not like he doesn't want you to have great things. It's going to require some work. Everybody wants to come up the easy way, but nobody wants to put in the work. It takes work, and it takes discipline, and it takes tenacity to be able to pursue your dreams and to be able to be successful. It doesn't happen overnight. But you know what? I'd much rather it take me years to get where I need to be than to take 5 minutes and I feel like crap after I'm finished, letting a person lay on top of me and do their business. I promise you, that will never be me. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, it's freedom of expression. Yes, it is. You are free to do what the hell you want to do. Even God's not going to stop you from doing what you want to do. But that does not mean that what you're doing to yourself is good for you. You're allowing all kinds of spirits and God knows diseases and all kinds of stuff to intermingle with your body and with your spirit. And it's just not as cut and dry as society would make it seem to be. So I just want to encourage you guys to think a little deeper, dig a little deeper, and really, really, really evaluate whether or not you're happy with the lifestyle that you're living. Because at the end of the day, when you're at home by yourself, are you crying yourself to sleep because you feel nasty, or you feel less than, or you feel unworthy? Or are you happy you can lay your head on your pillow knowing that you've done good that day and you didn't climb up on the backs of anybody to get there? And that's just from one perspective. The men, that's another video. We'll talk about the men in another video. But I just want to encourage my ladies, because that's my ministry. My ministry is to the women. There's so many life coaches out here that talk to the men, but I'm talking to the ladies. As a lady, as a woman, as a person that knows her value, I want you guys to get to the place where you know your value, and that is your priority, and not what you can get from other people. You can get those things without compromising your integrity and who you are as a person. So I just want to encourage you guys with that. I hope it doesn't sound too preachy, but it's been on my heart, and I wanted to share it with you guys. If you want an even deeper message, please check out Relationship Talks with Erica Janelle podcast. In that video, I'm talking about the side chick. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So I just want to encourage you guys, check it out. Please comment. Let us know what you think. Love you guys. Have a great evening. Bye.